Hey, Ratfink, what's going on, buddy? I'm just getting everything shared. Oi. What's going on? What's going on in the world? Nothing here. Okay. That's good to see. So we got 5 people online. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to the show. Who wants to, should we be like muzzle brake? We'll do this. Go, hello, average Utah dad. And we'll look at, and we'll do this. There's Snacky, everybody. There's Snack, which, by the way, if you didn't see already, you can get your own Snacky. I've got a link. It is an affiliate link, so yes, I get paid a little bit of money. But it's this exact Snacky. I've also included links for like the optics on this guy, the laser. I should get the bipods that I have. That would be a good thing to have. So, yeah. Yep, we're doing a middle of the day stream today. Because why not? Because why not? Bipod is back. Okay. I'm going to find this bipod on Amazon. Which one is it? It is a Bezrillion. Well, I've never had it not work the way it's supposed to, I guess. Not full grip on forearm. I mean, yeah, I guess I could move it forward more and have it. And give myself more forearm grip. I don't know. I've just never had an issue with it that way. Yeah, it's definitely a knockoff. I know that. It's an Amazon product. So to put this on the channel here. Oh, we got a whole 4 people in here, and I think I'm half of them. So, see, this is what happened. I stopped making live streams, or stopped doing live streams as often, and I think that took me out of a bunch of the algorithm. Because it used to be easy for me to get like 10, 15 people into a stream. And now I'm lucky if I get 5. So it's weird. Don't know what I'm doing wrong. Don't know what caused that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Might have to go back to using other people's audio. Making audio with other people's stuff. I don't like doing that. I like using my stuff, but I guess if that's what brings in the crowds. Sorry, I'm distracted. Also got my work stuff going. Yeah, like I thought for sure the Russian roulette thing. I thought people would have liked that. what am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong here? Hey, what's going on, J-Dog? I do not know what I am doing wrong, man. But I cannot get... I have not been able to get a lot of viewers. My videos have been lagging. So, let's see. Maybe if I make a video right now. Let's make a video right now while I am here.
Dude, I just got this new airsoft gun.
I'm kind of the opinion that YouTube goes through these bouts or spouts of whatever. I mean, no, I don't have more than 10 mods right now. I think that's part of it. But I think more than that, I think they're just cracking down on anybody who does gun stuff. I think they're really, really hammering it down. I think they're looking at what people normally post, and if it's gun-related stuff, then I think they're just not wanting to promote it at all. I mean, we know they don't want to promote it. Like here, I'll make a video right now. Who wants to see me make a video? You're limited to 25 viewers plus your subs? Why? Why are you limited to 25 viewers? Does YouTube hate me? Maybe not as much as Ammo Alchemist, but I'm pretty sure that YouTube hates me right now. Because, dang, the channel is struggling. Oh, you can only have 25 viewers if you're under 500 subs? YouTube dislikes everyone. That's dumb. I don't think I even had to I ran into that issue. You got a hate speech strike? Where did I miss this? Because your dogs were playing with a bone? Yeah, you're gonna have to play the grind of like just putting out videos every freaking hour or 2 hours. Hello, Ottercar. Oh, what are you up to? I'm doing pretty well. I had a long, like 2-3 weeks that was going for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and today's like my first day with a normal schedule. So, what about you? If nothing else, I can always rely on young people, because young people are what drive social media and trends, apparently. So, that's stupid. It's 2 dogs playing. How does that even remotely equal hate speech? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I've actually just offended enough people that they've decided they need to spend more time reviewing. That's I go back, I look at, so when I hear things like that, when I hear things like what happens with ammo, that's why I kind of hesitate to, is it worth going and getting more footage of? Thanks, John. Is it worth going through to create more footage of shooting guns or to do certain things? Because it seems like it just gives YouTube more ammo, ironically, to attack like what we're trying to do. I don't get it. Well, I think because they're established, like he makes YouTube so much money. I don't think. Later, Ordinance. Yeah, I think that they, they don't have a problem, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the Brandon Herreras and the habitual line crossers and Kentucky Ballistics. I like all those guys. I think Unsubscribe and everything, the Angry Cops and all this. I love what they do and the content that they put out. I think it's funny. I think it's good. I think that it can be educational. I enjoy it. And I think they do it as a business model. Like, it makes sense for them because people like those videos. I think where they don't want people like me to grow, and maybe I'm way wrong, but I think that they just look at it as, well, maybe it will create too much competition. And in my mind, and I don't know. I don't truly know. But I think it's more political than it is anything else, because most of the people that subscribe to those channels also subscribe to like all the other channels, and they watch those channels. Because there are times that, like, I feel like my channel's doing great. And then there are times that it's like, man, what is going on? So, now we're going to share this on all the socials. Because why not? All one of your friends. That's funny. No, I think it's just because I haven't been doing it. I think I haven't been doing as many streams, so that's taken me back on the algorithm. I think that YouTube does hate gun content because it doesn't align with their political views, their agendas. Which one? The one I just did? I think it's got like 40 views. I think I might have accidentally sent the video to my dad. Yeah, I accidentally sent it to my dad. Anyways, the one I just posted, it's, let's see. Does YouTube hate guns? That's what it's called. It's got 150 views, which is better in the first 10 minutes than my when a Glock owner switches to SIG, which I thought that one was good. Some dude was made that video, but I don't know. I haven't done any long form videos in a while. Need to do some stuff. But like, okay. Excuse me. J-Dog, to give you an idea. That Russian roulette video that I did with my kids, where we used the Nerf gun and we played Russian roulette. That, in my mind, that should have hit really well. And I don't know why. I don't know why it didn't. Because that was fun. Because, like, it was interactive. the chat got involved. We were shooting the Nerf guns at each other. Now it says I'm down to one person watching, so I don't know. It definitely, when when it felt like the channel was doing this and it felt like it was just climbing. Maybe it was more like this. Sorry. It was a climb. It was a slow climb, but it was climbing. Now it feels like I'm kind of doing this and have to try, and every once in a while it dips up, but it just dips down again. That's what it kind of feels like right now. And that's hard. It's hard to stay motivated when that's what's happening. So, and it sucks because we can't touch the guns. And I only have so much content. Most of the stuff that I do is from my bag, just on my person. Oh man, it's frustrating. It's frustrating to feel like the property that I'm using to try and build is fighting me all the way. Because again, my goal hasn't ever truly been to like make money. If I make money, that's great. But I'm not looking to be Kentucky Ballistics or Brandon Herrera or Demolition Ranch. I'm not looking to be any of those guys. I'm just looking to have fun and connect with people and answer questions about guns and try to help people like learn about guns, to share kind of my thoughts on different types of companies and builds. Like, it's entertainment, but it's also trying to be educational. And so I struggle when it feels like people look at it like it's a villain. And I don't know if I've had, maybe there have just been a bunch of people who have been clicking on like, don't recommend, don't recommend, don't recommend. And that's why it's been struggling so much. That might be worth looking at. How can let's check some of the analytics of the channel. What? It does say that last month, in the last 28 days, I published a lot more videos. So maybe I need to go back to publishing lots of videos. What are you trying to tell me? Channel. Oh, I see what it's doing. That's weird. Which AR? J-Dog, sorry. I was trying to look at some data. Oh. Let me see if I can pull it up on my Amazon account. Probably just this cheap one, honestly. I think mine's maybe a little bit nicer than this. I'm gonna put it in the channel. Okay, so now it says does YouTube hate guns? It's putting it at almost 500, so it's doing pretty okay. Dude, I just put the link. I just put my affiliate link in my on the splash page. So I think it's like $20 for it. I don't know if if you buy one, I don't know if it's still $20. But basically anything that's on my guns, I've put an affiliate link for because I'm like, why not? If somebody wants it, go for it. I don't know if anybody's going to buy any of it, but again, it just helps the channel. That's the whole point. Anything that I make, it goes back into the channel in the form of either ammo or products that I'll buy and review. So that's, like I said, my goal is to kind of just be informational and educational and then have fun and do goofy stuff. And so when YouTube fights me so hard, it is just infuriating because they just don't analytics. Okay. Yeah, so see, in the last 28 days, I've had more swipe away than stay. So let's look at that. Not many people stayed to watch. I'm just looking to see which videos people stay to watch. Trying to get some understanding on how some of my videos do better than others. Baba Booey, what's going on, bud? Just doing a stream in the middle of the day, trying to connect with people, trying to bump the channel, trying to get it going, trying to get that viewership, just trying to interact. And raises me another barrel. I like it. gonna send you a thing on Discord. Okay, send away. J-Dog. Okay, I like it. Is that what Ammo puts before all of his videos? Because if he puts that before all of his videos, I feel like that's just gonna flag my video. That's what we need to find out. Oh man. No, it's not a bad idea to put something like that. Okay, let's look at audience. So I still get a lot of views on some of my videos. And I have pretty good viewership. Badland Munitions SBR Optimized 556. I've not heard of that, Baba Booey. I want to look at that. That seems... Badland Munitions SBR. Yes. What's an RC2? I think that's a type of suppressor. Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at some of the information here. Okay. Patriot Arms, what's going on, buddy? Sorry, I was looking at some data. Okay, so the two rifles they used are listed in the info. So they listed two specific types of rifles in their info. A Mark 18 and a Mark 12. All right, a Mark 12 has an 18-inch stainless steel match grade free floating barrel. I kind of get the impression that, and the Mark 18 is a 10.3 inch, but then they have a 6-inch can on it. So it makes sense that it would be about 400 if it's got a 6-inch can and it's a 10.3 inch barrel, that it's about 400 feet less. So, but the question is what is the average for 70 grain ammo? So 70 grain. Yeah, so here's like Fort Scott Munitions. They have ammo that's 70 grain that's getting like 2,800 feet per second. So Barnes TCX is 2,900 feet per second. So I'm thinking that 3,000 feet per second. I'm thinking that 3,000 feet per second is like they hit it however many times they could hit it so that they could say it was a majority. You know, they shot one round and didn't get it. So then they shot another round and they got it. So then they shot another round and they got it. Like, I mean, Quattro, I think that's a fair statement. Like, in the end, when you're shooting ammo, I for one don't buy very much 5.56 because it costs more than 223, and I have a 223 Wild chamber, so I get the benefits of both 5.56 and 223 depending on which ammo I have. My suggestion stands that I always make. Get the rifle that you think will perform the way you want it to perform and buy enough ammo to practice with it. Because once you get out, if you have something that's shooting at 300 or that's shooting 3,000 feet per second, by the time you hit 300 yards, that's probably 1,000 less. But that's what I mean is I think that overall your performance between like that ammo, how much does that ammo cost versus, let's just look up like Winchester. Oh, that's cool. That's not really what I wanted, but okay. All right. And again, Quattro, when you're talking about adjusting zero, are you talking about adjusting zero so that you have a shot group like this? Or is it adjusting zero to a shot group that's like this? Or like this? Okay. So what is... Here we go. Yeah, here's what I mean. Winchester, the 200 round range box of Winchester. At the muzzle, you're at 3,240. It's 55 grain, which is a little light. I would recommend sticking with like 70, but still, 55 grain at muzzle is 3,200 feet per second. 100 yards, you're at 2,800 feet per second. At 200 yards, you're at 2,536. So really, you're kind of optimized between 200 and 300 yards. That's where you're going to lose the least amount of ballistics. That's 200 yards is your zero trajectory. So the reason that I am very confused by your statement, Holy, but I'd love to talk about it. Yeah, the way that I look at it, Baba Booey, Quattro, J Dog, Holy, the way that I look at it is, you can spend 40, 50 bucks on 40 rounds of ammo, or you can spend 50 bucks on 200 rounds of ammo. And again, as long as your shot group is that, again, if we're talking practicality, you don't need a shot group that's really any bigger than this hat. For many reasons that I can go into detail on, just not on a live stream. So as long as your shot group is this hat or smaller, you're good. And pretty much any ammo that's out there, like I think that it's great to have specialized ammo. Yeah, I think it's great to have specialized ammo. But there is some value in looking at how much better is the ammo than 200 rounds. Like the 20 rounds of their Super Jesus 3000 match grade Ultra 5.56 3,000 feet per second 77 grain. Like that, I guess that's what I'm saying is if they have magical ammo that is 77 grains and it's 3,000 feet per second and it's just super amazing ammo, but it costs, $40 a box versus 200 rounds that's $60 a box. And overall, the difference is that I can consistently hit targets like this at 300 yards versus targets like this at 300 yards. I'm going to go with quantity. That's just me. You guys know I kind of sing to a different tune when it comes to the way that I approach things. I tell people to buy high points. I tell people to buy white box ammo. I tell people to buy Amazon accessories because chances are you're not going to need to spend them. You could spend $1,000 on an ACOG, or you could spend $200 or $150 on an Amazon knockoff, and then if you already had the $1,000 to spend on the ACOG, you could spend $850 on ammo and be set. High points last because they're direct blowback. Like, I tell people to buy high points all the time, Quattro. Because they hit, they shoot. Okay, I'll admit, high point magazines don't have a great track record. I've seen magazines fail. However, I've never seen a high point have a catastrophic failure where it doesn't shoot. Exactly, Baba Booey. I have my carry ammo, but I have different carry ammo for different situations. The ammo that I have in my house is a little different than the ammo that I carry when I'm out and about. I have different magazines for different things. Because it shoots different, and it shoots different at different ranges. It feels different. Like, that's just me. And I think it's important to. That's why, like, when I go to the range and I shoot, I actually. Yeah, when I go to the range and shoot, I have like ball ammo. I just have regular, range ammo, but I mix it in with my other ammo. And so that's why I say, like, if you can consistently hit targets like this, because that's what I consider effective shooting. Yeah. J-Dog over here like, I don't test my self-defense ammo. Also, I make poor financial decisions when it comes to my firearms purchases. I buy guns that I'm not sure I can afford and then buy expensive defensive rounds. But that's what I mean. Like, if depending on the world that you live in, depending on the way that you treat your firearms, depending on what you want to accomplish with them, that makes a difference. And that's, you guys have heard me talk about that in the past, like, and I continue to talk about it. I would rather you buy the high point and buy lots of ammo and practice with the high point, and then take those basic skills when you can afford a better gun and buy the better gun a little bit later, but get those basics and fundamentals. Because if you can consistently hit, again, a hat-sized target, every time you shoot, and you can do it with a high point, you'll be able to do it with a Glock. You'll be able to do it with, yeah. You mean like, oh. Hey, Floor, what's going on, buddy? You mean like that? Sorry. I'm trying to pull it up, Quattro. There. See how it's got grooves in it? Quattro, is that the kind of ammo you're talking about? They're great, dude. They're great. I've used them on, so I've gone like, I've bought like hams, and I've bought like racks of ribs, and I've tested it on that, and it works extremely well. These ones are, it's Novex. So it's Novex ammo. There's a couple of companies that make ammo like it. I know there's some that are made out of like soft, that are like full jacketed lead. Who is it? There's one that's called like Extreme Penetrator. And these use fluid dynamics. That's how it works. It's like a reverse hollow point. Instead of flowering and creating more surface area, it uses the material that you're shooting into. So it uses that to do more damage. So it uses fluid dynamics to disrupt things. This stuff is really fast. This stuff that I have is like almost 2,000 feet per second out of my pistol. You know, I carry around like a Glock 17 equivalent. Yeah, it works well. It works well. I agree. And then, Holy, what you do, Holy, is you can take like a hollow point, and you can put some essence of silver in the hollow point, and then you can cover it with a wax cap, and then you're covered. So you can still use affordable ammo in case you run into the situation you're referring to. So, hey, Jesus. Yeah, so I carry my bag because I'm a little fat. I'm kind of fat. So I don't have a problem carrying on my body. I just like the convenience of I can carry 17 and 17 and 21 or 27. Like, in your everyday carry kit, you want to have some kind of non-lethal, some kind of firearm, some kind of knife. But I always recommend, like, if you've got a way to easily, Skittles, a snack, but dude, if you've got a way to carry a 33 round mag easily, the reason that I say, like, it's worth having a magazine with more capacity, with more standard capacity, the reason I recommend that for people is because okay, so exactly, John. If you're in a situation where you're going to be shooting, all right, and you dump, okay, let's say it's a situation, there's fire back, both parties know that they're like, know the rule of concealment and cover, all right? Why would you carry just a single 17 round like flush mag? Like, if you're gonna get into a shootout, and that's my take, and that's why I tell people all the time, like, if you're gonna get into a shootout, gun people don't want to get into a shootout. We don't want to get into a shootout. We don't want to have to pull our guns. We don't want to have to use them. No, I don't think so. For just the potential of I would need more ammo. The whole point the whole point that I make with people is that, like, if you're going to potentially be in a shootout, that's the one situation that gun people, if they have to pick a situation, that's the one you want to be in. You don't want to be in one where somebody's going to have like an explosive device. You don't want to be in that because there's going to be collateral damage that you can't control. Of all the scenarios, okay, of all the scenarios that people that are part of the 2A community, that are part of the everyday carry community, carry guns, they're all about self-defense, they're about self-protection. Of all the scenarios that if we had to pick one to be in, a shootout is the one that we want to be in. And the reason that we want to be in one is because I know what my capabilities are. Quattro, I'm assuming you know what your capabilities are. J-Dog, Floor, Holy, Mason. Oh, hi, Mason. I'm sorry I didn't say hi. I wasn't ignoring you. I was just hyper-focused. Like, we know what our capabilities are. We know what our strengths are. Holy, go trade in your 40 and get a 9mm or a 10mm. Don't get something in between that's weaker than both. I highly recommend that. But that's what I mean. So, yeah. So let's consider, like, if somebody has an explosive vest or they have something that's going to go off, like, you don't want to be anywhere near that situation because that's going to create a situation where you're not. That's a no-win scenario. There's a high probability of people of bystanders getting hurt. There's already going to be bystanders getting hurt, but in one of those situations, more than likely. But if you want to reduce the number of bystanders getting hurt, that's how you do it. Is you're in a situation where you know that your skills are probably going to be better than the skills of the person on the other side. So, hey, Shed. What's going on, everybody? And then if you're going to be in that situation where you're shooting, it makes sense to potentially have, like, the most amount of standard capacity that exists that's concealable in some way. Because, like, even if I... Look, it's going to look goofy. It's going to make me look like I'm more of a man than I actually am. Okay? But I can still put that there. I can throw that in my pocket. If I didn't have my bag, okay? If I didn't have my bag, I could put that in my pocket. In fact, hold on just a second, guys. Let me step off screen. Okay. Everything that was in my bag is no longer in my bag. All right? I've got 3 spares totaling 71. I have 71 in spare, plus the 18 that are ready to go. If you guys catch the type of words that I'm using. So, and that's just on me with a regular IWB and the 3 things in my pocket. So yeah, like, I know you guys have said, oh yeah, I get the waistband holder that's got the mag clip. Like, I get that, but also I don't need that. Because I'm not going to be able to carry the higher standard capacity. I'm going to have to carry, like, just what is standard capacity for that IWB. But if I just carry natural like this with stuff in my pocket, because you can't tell that I have anything in my pockets really, except maybe keys or a wallet. Yes. No, I suggest, Quattro, you bring up a good point. I recommend having, like, practicing and learning how to shoot on iron sights. And then once you're proficient with iron sights, that's when you transition over to a red dot. And I really like, I know that like you can go with a huge encased red dot. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not going to say that it's bad. I like concealability, so I like to find something that's a little bit more. It's kind of coming back in style Baba Booey, but something that, you know, is. I like something that's a good cross between the full concealability and good use. Yeah, there's a good chance if somebody's invading your home, they probably have flashlights. So having a flashlight yourself isn't a bad idea. But then again, if somebody's invading my home and they have a flashlight, if I hear something, which I will, because I'm a really light sleeper, I am probably going to turn on the lights. I don't care if they know that I'm awake. I'm going to negate the ability of their flashlight to work. Now, if they don't have a flashlight, that's different. Then I wouldn't turn on the lights and I would use my flashlight. But I have several really, I have my AR. That's probably what I'm going to use in the house. If I'm, yeah. Yeah, I have 2 cats and 2 dogs. You guys have seen mine. Hold on just a second, guys. So, it's really, really hard to fry a flashlight wholly. I know what you're talking about, but it's really, really hard to do that without also frying their own stuff. I know what you're referring to, but my guess is your run-of-the-mill home invader is not going to have that. Unless it's like unless it's the government and a very specific set of individuals with the government, like, yeah. They would have to, well, yeah. Even, let's assume cartels are run by the Mexican government and other South American and Central American governments. Because I firmly believe, take that for what it's worth, my friends. For those of you that have been part of this channel for a while, just take that for what it's worth. I know that those countries don't have ready access to that type of equipment or technology. They might be able to purchase it. They do have members everywhere. But that's a whole other... Yeah, it's a whole other thing. Which rabbit hole, J-Dog? Oh, believe me, okay. I'm going to make this recommendation again to everybody. If you haven't seen, and I believe they're both on Netflix right now and Amazon Prime, I think you can watch both of them. If you haven't seen both of the Sicario movies, go watch those. As someone who worked very closely with Border Patrol and with ICE and DEA on some stuff down on the border about, this was almost 15 years ago. You suck, J-Dog. You suck. Yeah, go watch Sicario because that is probably as accurate of a fictional portrayal as we will ever get to what life on the border and dealing with cartels is like. Yeah. In fact, in some ways, it doesn't give them enough credit. I watched one episode of Sakamoto Days. But then my other shows, like new seasons, came out. I'm watching the new season of Blood of Zeus. My kids and I are still watching My Hero and Ghost Stories. I'm watching Moonrise. Yeah, anything that you can follow about cartels and how closely they connect with some of the governments down there, it's really, really interesting. And then also how much they connect with other countries' governments, because other countries are in, well, yeah, other countries deal in drugs depending on the country. They all fight drugs for certain reasons, but it's messy. Still nothing. Yeah, it's an interesting. It's some interesting things. In fact, there's another really good movie. It's not as good as the book, but it's worth watching. It's a Tom Clancy movie. It's Clear and Present Danger. The reason I recommend that is because that goes kind of into the tradecraft that some of these cartels have and exercise in the way that they do things. And I think that we would be foolish to believe that they don't use tradecraft. Season 2 of the show SEAL Team on Paramount Plus, I think. That's another good one, which is like CBS. Yeah, cartels. That's, hey Ammo, what's up, buddy? That's why I've said, like, I don't want to see drugs legalized, because I've seen what happened in Colorado because of legalization of marijuana and other cities. But there's also power in cutting out by legalizing and taxing it. It would really help to undermine the power and the influence and the money that cartels get. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. I think that there is more value in weakening the cartels by legalizing and taxing drugs federally,
I'm not interested in doing drugs. I have no interest in doing drugs. I think drugs are stupid. But I know that there are a lot of people that already do drugs. There's lots of people, and they're very wealthy. So if instead of them giving that money through the grapevine to cartels, we could tax it and it stays in our own country, we start removing the flow of income to cartels. Yeah, I agree. Same with Colorado, and Hawaii, and Alaska. I think that they need to do it very meticulously. But again, we tax alcohol, we tax tobacco. Why not tax weed? Why not tax cocaine? So, and if we did that, then we could go to businesses. We could go there and we could say, well, we're going to, we would like to buy, we would like to buy your coca. Just buy the leaves, like not even processed. Just, we would like to buy your coca. And when they say, well, no, it's going to cost you this much, then we say, then we're going to grow it ourselves. And we'll see how quickly that tune changes. Oh, it's no longer worth what it once was. Now, they're not going to like that, but we're going to keep more of our money. They're still going to make money, and they're no longer going to be as targeted. And that sucks to legitimize their business, but I also think that business trend would go like this. Just like with guns, when constitutional carry and anything else, whenever that gets legalized and that becomes the standard, this is what happens. Gun violence goes whoop, boo. It goes up real quick, and then it comes back down. There's a spike, and then it comes down. I think the same thing will happen with drugs and ODs, and people are like, well, so many people will OD. And I was like, there will be people that OD. And it's the people that are already buying drugs illegally that have no self-control. So, yeah, it's one of those things. It's a hot take. It's not. I know some people, as a conservative, there are some people that are like, well, that doesn't seem like a very. And I was like, it's borderline. You know, maybe it's not as conservative as what people would think, but when it comes to fiscal responsibility and when it comes to the national security of the country that I live in, I think that it would do more good than it would do harm. So, yeah, go to a doctor. Go to a doctor and the doctor can say, okay, or just hear me out. We make it like cigarettes and alcohol. Make you have to go to a dispensary, a special place that you're licensed to sell cocaine. So heroin's a little different. Heroin's like a concentrated form of morphine. So when you have things like meth and heroin, like those are modified versions of drugs that already exist. So I take a little bit of issue with those because I don't know that there's really a way to stop those things from happening. But if we can put a little bit more regulation, and I'm not a huge regulation fan, but right now the regulation is it's illegal, and it is one of the highest profiting illegal businesses in the world. So why not make it harder for those businesses to make the money they do and charge what they do, And then really the people that suffer more from it, because the cartel heads, they're not suffering. Some of their lieutenants maybe suffer a little bit, but most of the people that suffer are the people that are frontline soldiers for the cartels, the people that want to come to America from Mexico illegally, and so they go to cartels and they pay them lots of money, and then they get forced to be, they get forced to be drug mules, drug dealers who have made that's their living. That's what they do now. Is they sell the drugs, they obtain the drugs, and they're forced to live this life of clandestine violence and sales. And then, of course, the people that buy it illegally, they don't know, are they getting clean product? Are they getting laced product? Are they getting something with fentanyl in it? Like, that's where we could make a big difference in this country, is if they looked at things from that perspective. If you look at, it's like reverse trickle-down economics. If you look at all the ways that drugs are jacked up and messed up, and like how much it's worth because it's illegal, if they looked at things from a little bit different perspective, it could really change the way that this country functions. Yes, it will not be, or yes, it will be hard, probably for the first year or two. But I think that we can make enough changes and see the trends as they are in that year or two that we could really, really improve things, and it would help with our national debt, be all kinds of good things that could come from that. So, just some thoughts. It's a very different conversation than what the stream started out as. So, but I'm gonna move the camera forward for about 10 minutes. I have to go pick up my youngest daughter from school here. What is this? Just got a notification from Classic Firearms that they have something on sale. Hey, that's not bad. If anybody's looking for an AK, all right, go check out Classic Firearms. They have a sale right now, and I don't think it's going to last very long. I don't know what the quality of this particular model is, but it's pretty reasonably priced. So anybody that was in the market for an AK style thing might be worth checking this thing out. It's a CGR, Century Arms CGR. I don't know how well that is, but the price seems pretty decent. So, I can't say how much it is on the stream. I've actually read now that I'm going to start getting hit if I talk about prices of things. So, it's less than what if you're a long-time subscriber, it's less than what I paid for mine. So if it's Romanian and it's imported by Century Arms, if it's forged, and it's Romanian, and it's the price that they have, it's worth looking into. It's a CGR. I'll say that. You can check out on Classic Firearms. Looks to be a pretty decent deal. Okay, I'm gonna go pick up a kid, my daughter. So I'm gonna do this thing. We're gonna do that. And then I'll be back. So, might be like 10 or 15 minutes. Also, if I get kind of short or if I say anything offensive to anybody, I'm sorry. I started exercising very early today, and I haven't eaten anything today because I'm doing like a fast until dinner time, and I'm also doing like low carb because I'm trying to kickstart my metabolism. It's been pleasant. Anyways, yeah, go share the stream with your friends so that they can help the algorithm. There we go. Gun sounds. Gun sounds. Okay. We're back. My daughter decided she wanted to go to a friend's house after school. So that's what she's doing. So we're back. Let's call it something different. Hey, Mountain, I am here. I am here indeed. Hey, Mountain, I am here. Oh. I am here. No, you should be able to hear me. Can you hear me? When did I decide to start serving the military? I made that decision when it was a little bit after I graduated high school. I kind of was thinking I might do it while I was in high school, but I wasn't super sure. But definitely it was like 2 years after high school, year and a half, 2 years after high school. That's when I was like, I really want to join the military. And it's worked out well for me. I like it. Okay. Sorry. Hey, if that's what you think you want to do, I won't ever tell somebody not to do it. If you want to serve your community, your country, whatever, if that's something that you're interested in doing, then you should do it. I think it's great. I've enjoyed serving the military. I've enjoyed serving my country and my community. So, more power to you. Sorry, I'm distracted by my work computers. There's good skills you can learn. There's a lot of good discipline you can gain. So, yeah, I think that's a great idea, Mountain. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by and asking the question. I'm glad that I could be a part of that. Switch power over to this one. So make sure that I'm not missing anything. I didn't actually end up having to pick up my daughter. She decided to walk with her friends to her friend's house, and they're going to go hang out. So. But, everybody left. We were having a good conversation. We had people in the chat. There were people watching. I think that's what these are going to be. Is it's going to be a grind to get people to join back in and do stuff. That's okay. Here's what we'll do. Here's what I'm going to do in the meantime. I think I'm going to do I'll post another video. I'll make that happen. I know what I'm going to do. Oh, sorry, this is not very interactive right now. I'm posting a video to YouTube right now. I'm hoping that it does okay.
You're going to get to see how I make these videos, Mason. Yes, it's true. You may be able to have all of those experiences by switching from a Glock. But if you switch to that P320, the one thing you won't be able to do is carry around in the chamber. Probably why the guy in the video just picked up the Glock and started shooting it. And when he picked up the SIG, he did all kinds of things and talked in all kinds of ways about it, but did never actually do anything with it and check to make sure that it wasn't loaded. Excuse me. So you go ahead and do you, but I'm gonna make the choice to carry a gun that I can carry every day with a round in the chamber. Like, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Alright, now comes the... This is the most tedious part, is typing in all the stupid hashtags. Yes, you do get the director's cut. It's so quiet, right? That should be good. All right. Yeah, that was super exciting. I'm glad you enjoyed watching my process in real time. Hello?
Hey, can you pick me up?
Yep, I'll come get you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, see you in a bit. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, I'm gonna go pick up the other kid. This time I am gonna be gone for a little bit. So, but that's okay. That's why we have gun sounds and all that. That's why we do things the way we do. I don't know why that's. Oh, that's why. Anyways, yeah, I just posted that one. I think is gonna get a few laughs. That one I did an okay job on. again.
See what?
Come on, dogs.
Let's troll. Let's troll ammo for a little bit, guys. Who wants to do that? Why not? Alrighty. This. View my channel. We'll see how that goes. We changed the name of the stream. We changed the name of the stream. Hey, Ammo. Click back on Ammo's stream. Oh, it's the other Ammo Alchemist. It's Cobble Ammo. So, hey, Chitty, one of my subscribers, just said he finished with his renovations. That's awesome. All right. Gonna stand up, stretch my legs. Bring this down a little bit. Change the name. We change the name of the stream. We're gonna see if we can pull some folks in. America is the greatest place ever, and I dare anyone to prove me wrong. We'll see if anybody bites. See if anybody bites. America. Oh, gotta stretch. I've got an axe here. See? So I can touch this. I can hold this, my axe. It's actually got a little bit of an edge from where I used it to scrape my floor. Because I didn't have a floor scraper at the time, so I just used my axe. And it worked. But I need to re-edge it. It's pretty tore up. See, I shouldn't be able to do that. Hooah! The art of axe wielding. You'd think I was from Canada or something. Talking about America, about holding an axe, twirling it around. Twirly, twirly, twirly. Twirly, 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 twirl the axe. Why do I have an axe in my office, you might ask? That would be an excellent question. I have an axe in my office because I redid the floor in one of my rooms, in my basement. And so, I used it to help scrape the floor and cut some stuff and split things. Because that's what axes do. Let's see, what else do I have in here? What else do I have in here that's cool? I have Fiddle Faddle. Fiddle Faddle. Does anybody here remember Fiddle Faddle? You can get it at the dollar store still. Scratch my neck. Yeah. So, I do have Fiddle Faddle. You guys want to see? Bang. Fiddle Faddle. Check that out. It's kind of like Cracker Jacks, but like better, if I remember right. What do I have? Which kit is this? So, we got 5 people watching. Hi, 5 people. Hooah. Ooh. I'm channeling my inner Canadian or Viking. I'll let you guys decide which one it is. I'm waiting for somebody to get on here and talk to me about America and why it is or isn't the greatest place ever. I thought that for sure would have like grabbed somebody's attention. So, I like this axe. I need to get it sharpened. I need to put the edge back on it. Right now it's very much not sharp. It's very tore up. But I could go get like a rasp or something and just try to clean it up. What I need to do is go to Harbor Freight and get a belt sander and just attach it to like a toolbox. And that way I can just... See? Jesus agrees America is the greatest place ever. Yeah, I'm doing like a keto, low carb, lower carb kind of diet. Really what it's going to be is it's going to be like just low calorie. But I'm trying to cut out some carbs because I get really bloated when I eat carbs. I don't think my metabolism likes carbs very much. Maybe it's an insulin thing. I don't know. But I've done keto. I've done it before, and I usually see a lot of success. In fact, when I was in Qatar in 2023, that's what I did. I ate non-keto on 3 different days, and I ate keto the other 6 months that I was there, all but 3 days. I also exercised every day. You know, I was walking, 10 kilometers a day. I was walking like 6 miles a day. But I lost like 55 pounds. I've just gained like 30 of that back, and I don't feel very good about myself. So my wife and I were talking, and so we're gonna try to do good things. Make sure that my wedge is in there really well. I don't know that I'm actually doing anything useful, except maybe dulling this thing. But it's got a rough hammer point. Actually, that's kind of working. That's interesting.
I'll be. It's working a little bit. So like where this was all jagged on the sides, it's at least smoothed off the edge by the blade. And where there used to be like a burr, there's not as much of a burr now.
Hi.
Hi, sis.
Look what I made in ceramics.
Oh,
I call it a grug.
I call it.
My friend Selma came up with the name. It's crackpot. It rhymes with grug.
Almost. It almost rhymes. Oh my gosh, you can't have that in here.
Can I at least show them the grug?
You can show them the grug.
Only the
Technically, that's paraphernalia, and that's like against the law.
grug. What? No.
They made that in high school.
I don't think they can
Show
see it.
show them the other side. Why not?
I'm not gonna show them the other side. I don't want your channel to get in trouble.
Oh, it won't. There's people that smoke weed all the time on YouTube. Straight up smoke it.
Okay.
Go for it. Show them.
Okay. This is
All
the pot
four,
that
all
I.
four of them.
This is the pot I made in ceramics. It rhymes with grug. My friend so and so named it crackpot. It rhymes with grug. And then I drew grug from the cruise. And on the back we drew a pretty flower. And then we drew a pretty flower on the back, and the bottom is like what it is. It's not related to like the flower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it rhymes with grug.
Teenagers are stupid.
Hey, you may be stupid, but that's all.
Nope. That's not all. And that's okay.
I know. There's actually a mystery, but this guy that sits near us,
Uh-huh.
his name is Jaden. He's black. And he saw it and he goes, yo, what if he said something like super racist? He said, and then draw grug, because it rhymes with grug. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to draw that on my pot.
That's funny.
Yeah. Then he gave me a pass, but I'm not going to use it.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Just to pass.
But, you know, I guess I have it now, so.
Yes, you have it now. I'm actually impressed with how well my hammer that has like, it's got ridges on it. So I want it to sound like this. I actually have, I think, a sharpening stone, like a hard brick sharpening stone upstairs. I think I have one. I could go grab it, but I don't know that I want to. But yeah, I'm taking material off. A little bit at a time. I'm sure this is super obnoxious to you guys. All right. It's not sharp by any means, but it's also not as jagged as it once was. I don't know. Can you see it's a little bit shinier? I think it'd be cool if I did sharpen this. Stand up here. And do it. Yeah, anybody got any questions? Anybody here? Anybody want to know about guns? Anybody want to fight me on America's the best place in the world? Greatest country in the world? Anybody, I got this on Amazon. I should add this to my affiliates thing. Because I totally got that on Amazon. Let me just see something. What's going on? 4 people. Who's watching? Who's on here? Cool. Wife is on her way home, guys. She's on her way home, so I'm probably going to end the stream. America's great. Nobody's going to come on here. Okay. I'm gonna end the stream. I can tell. I can take a hint.
I get it. I get it. It's fine. I'm gonna end the stream.
Okay, friends. Thanks for stopping by.